Well, this is the second part of the video. Did the other one with the unboxing, and now that we're just going to run through the assembly stuff with you guys real fast. I didn't want to put all of them together and make it just one really long video, especially if you don't want one or the other. So this is the second part of that video. Now we're going to run through, put it all together, and show you guys how easy this stuff is to put together. So I guess with that, maybe I'll go get some tools and maybe we can get this sucker together real quick. Oh, nice. One thing, I didn't see this when I first got it together. So it's got a QR code right here, and it says to scan the code to see a video of the assembly process. That's really cool. And pretty much they've got everything packed, sealed with this plastic container type thing to a cardboard backed board for all the smaller parts. And it's pretty much got all this smaller stuff inside of there laid out. Alright, not that I ever follow instructions, but let's see if we can make this work or not. It's really cool to get to saw off the log this afternoon. My trash pile over here. Try to see if I can peel this off and leave everything here without moving around too much. Okay, so we got these two. It's attached to the end brackets. Assuming one of these are the end brackets. They look to be the same. Torque set. It's got torque specifications here. Torque, clamping bolts, and nuts to 10 to 15 foot-pounds. Alright, these look to be the exact same right here. So, these two screws, these are pre-threaded. These little bolt slots here are pre-threaded. And a lock washer. And collar lock washers. Lock washers. To this. It looks like it appears in the thing, it goes on just like this. On this side right here. I'm going to try to do this without watching the video, but we'll see how that goes. Want to put all this stuff together, fit it all loose first, and then I'll come back and torque it to the specified torque settings after I've got everything fit together and set where I want it at. Alright, tighten with hex head, Allen wrench, repeat with other end bracket, so I've got to do this twice with both brackets. Alright, these are done. Set those out of the way. It says 2B should be left somewhat loose, so maybe I tighten these up too much. So it says on this channel, so it looks like the reason I want it loose is this is going to clamp down. This is a 2B bolt right there. So once I'm assuming you're gonna get some sort of a guide bar or something through there, and then use that to clamp down. So I'll back them off just a touch. Like I said, they're not tightened down anyway. It says attached tie bar. So the next one it looks like is on-off guide bar is this. So it looks like these are gonna be all put together here. So two of these small carriage bolts, it looks like carriage bolts are gonna slide inside of this track right here. I can see a few shavings in here too. Just be careful usually. Some guys you might want to wear some gloves. I don't know, I'm probably pay for it later, but there's a lot of shavings in here left over. Not a lot, but there's a few from milling and cutting. And those shavings can get inside your skin pretty easy. And you'll notice them a couple days later when they get sore and hurting a little bit. So it says now we're going to attach those with lock washers. So that was one of the things that I read a lot about on the other brands, the random brands that you can find on Amazon, that a lot of the stuff didn't come with these lock washers. So after you turned the saw on and started using it, every other time or so, the bolts would just come unloose and the nuts would fall off, and then guys are going to go to the hardware store and buy lock washers. So it's kind of cool that these come with them. I do see a lot of other flat washers in here, and there's not a lot of lock washers with those, but these the nuts they come with are the rubber inserted kind of like lock nuts that come through. So maybe that's what it was or what it is, so it won't get all backed off. One hex nut. So looks like one of these goes on here with a hex nut. They're both on this inner it's not some art stuff sometimes. Track is on there, these are on there. The handle is on this one. With the hex nut. And then the other one with just a regular nut on here. Looks like it says just a coupling nut, but I don't, everything looks like it's these lock nuts on there. Yep, so it's listed as this. Trying to make sure these are, trying to get it slid back and forth on here to where the sides of the nuts are not on the sides here. I don't know if it'll matter, but I like to try to keep things as symmetrical as I can. Just getting them barely snugged up. I'm not going to tighten them down or anything right now. Got my limited lifetime warranty card is blown away. Want to keep that. I might be breaking it soon. Alright, so the next step is attach assembly to thickness rails using 2 carriage bolts. So these are the thickness rails, it looks like. 2 carriage bolts. Flat washers. Doesn't seem like a flat washer is going to fit down inside of this bent piece with the handle groove on it. but we'll see. I'm just gonna put these on finger tight at the moment. And now it looks like these dudes are going on. Attach the bracket assemblies. So slide these on both sides. Set through the holes. Flat washer and the nylon nuts. Just get them down to where the nylon is screwed into the screw a little bit, just so it keeps them from backing off for at the moment. Alright, that's that page, first page down. Boom, boom, boom. It's looking pretty good. Now this guy goes through here, it appears to. That sucker has already been tightened down a little bit. I want to get it in here and get it too tight, then find out I have to pull it out and swap it. There we go. Just take this a little bit, go in there and twist it, and it gives up just enough room so you can get out of there. But like I said, I'm sure I'm going to find out. Oh, there's a chainsaw tool right there. I'm sure. Well, that's cool. This handle tool piece is the size to make all the adjustments, and it's got a flat screwdriver on one side too. Alright, so now it's got these bolts, these U-bolts going through these and then going on both ends. Looks like your vertical support pieces going from outside to in. Oh, wait. No. So basically, right here where you can put the verticals through each side. So one's outside in, the other one's inside out. Alright, flat washers on these with the big coupling nuts. May have to melt some. These, I find out these are getting pretty loose. I may have to melt some hot glue or nylon or something down inside of them to where they're more like those nylon lock nuts. Or just have to check them after every time you saw, or while you're sawing. This is, I'm assuming this is going to be your vertical adjustments for your depth gauges. So it looks like these are two different size pieces that bolt through. So this one with the rounded radius right here goes with this one. Set these out of the way. So two head nuts. Looks like they run right here like this. So I guess this is where you're clamping on your saw bar right here. So just gonna get these loose, apply them loose right here, and then it appears this area right here is where your saw bar is going to go through and attach and be clamped on. So that piece is assembled. I'll set it over here out of the way. And then so I'm assuming this is the same thing for the opposite side, the other saw clamp. So it's having this go on like so, and then like so. Alright, these are going through flat washers as well. This looks like it's the cover, the safety guard cover for the end of your bar. And then it attaches to the same thing to the nuts on the inside. And then you can see on the inside there, it's got the two clamping pieces that clamps onto your bar. And they do have measurements on the side right here, both of them. For I got a tape type measure on there, both sides. Okay, so this one, your handle is set here. This one runs on the outside of this, or on this side. Now that I've completely messed this up, and this one runs I may have not gotten it tight enough. Attach the nose. This is the nose nose end post assembly. Over here on this side with the, like I said, the protective piece. Post clamp assembly, tighten a couple of nuts after setting depth post height at 4 inches. So you guys can see here. It says to set this height adjustment at 4 inches right here. I'm assuming it's just at the top, so we're going to set that at the top at 4 inches. I want to hand tighten these down. So this is the nose piece, this is the thrust piece in. So I'm going to do the same thing here. But let's put it up here. I've already got these suckers bound up somehow. There we go. Alright, so it looks like everything is flush on this end and tightened down. Man, this sucker is just, you know what? I'm just going to do one and tighten it down. So it appears like everything is flushed on this end. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and tighten this down so I'm not fighting with it the entire time. That dude snug up a little bit.
this guy slid back in, flush him up on the end. Snug these guys down. Tighten coupling nuts on U-bolt to secure depth posts. Okay, so those are the depth posts there. This is going to be my sliding guide. Those are tight. These are tight. Yay. Alright, so basically that's everything. So now we're just going to go ahead and do these. Yeah. Now that I have these. Are you serious? Maybe I should have done those before I started all this. Alright, snug down. Let's snug everything down on this side now that I have it where I wanted it at, so I'm not playing this back and forth game like it seems like I'm doing already. I'll have to go get my torque hex driver bit here in a second and get these torqued down to their specifications. Right now I'm just going to snug them up to where they won't move. Alright, next is this grip handle. Okay, that's at 4 inches still. Now this is a sliding bar for the chainsaw, so I'm assuming this side's all locked down. It's flush here, flush there, locked down. This is where the chainsaw mounts in here. And then this over here with the tip of the bar is where you adjust for whatever specific chainsaw length you have. So today I'm running the 20-inch. So I'm assuming this saw is just going to slide in. Just going to set the saw on here, pick this up, slide it into the saw, get it to where it's sticking out in this nose piece, and lock my depth or my length adjustment down there. Once I have my length adjustment knocked, I can slide this whichever direction I want it to push it straight through. And then all I gotta do is set this bad mamma jamma on a log on the rail and get to cutting on it. Cool. That was pretty easy. Not too shabby. Directions were really easy on this. Very thorough and direct. I'm gonna put all these washers on here. What I'm gonna do is put all these washers onto this. Put the nut on there so it's all saved in one place in case I lose it. I typically lose these anyway, but what I like to try to do is throw this in a Ziploc bag. I'll take a Sharpie, write down what it is, and then I have coffee cans in my shop that I save, and I just throw all these in there. And that way, if I do go down the road and lose something or miss something, I can try to find it in one of those coffee cans. If not, then I'll just take a spare or whatever I need and then go to the hardware shop and get it from there. That fit a lot easier than the circle pieces. That one fit easier too, just a bear on that side. All right, now that that's done, let's see what this extension rail thingamajig is gonna be. And let's see if we can throw one of these together real fast. Basically, we're just gonna throw together two separate 5-foot sections and then we'll go from there. So, crossbar assembly. Take one of these kits, hardware kits. And it appears that might move you guys back over here a little bit closer so you can see what's going on. And it's a lot of ballering over there. I think the neighbor is separating some of his calves off their mamas. Okay, so each package basically has, hardware package has 2 hex head nuts. I guess if you want to call those 2 flush mount nuts with the lockets inside of them. I'm assuming these are for the inside of the rails. 4 or 2 nylon nuts for those. And 3 nylon nuts for these over here. I've got 1 short, 2 middles, and 2 flat washers. And then these are the really cool things. They are the adjustment screws. You can see each one of them have a flat ground in the back of it right there. And these are what, I don't know how they go through or where they go through, but these are what levels these guide rails up off the, you use those to a level and line the log so it's not twisted up on the rail on the log, so you get that nice clean first cut. So without further ado, let's set one of these 5-foot jobbers down here. Okay, that is the plate here. So looks like we're going to be sitting like this. With these 2 cats. Come back here now. And their little nylon washers here. And this is what the dog goes into here. With the other little nylon nut right here, and that's your dog. It looks like it's fully assembled. So now I'm gonna take this guy, slide him over there. We'll run this other support. Looks like going from this side. So one side of this is cut, has a hole cut on the bottom, the other one doesn't. So I'm assuming that's the one we're gonna run on this side. Or no, excuse me, that is for the connector piece, the internal connector. So we're gonna run on the opposite end for our first piece. We're gonna run our two thread bolts here. So it looks like you can put these leveling bars in either one of these inside holes. Depends on the log size, I guess, of which fits the best. And it looks like they're gonna have to be screwed down into that. So I've got the slider bar here. I'm gonna spin this over. These go through the outside one. There's 3 holes drilled in each one. These go through that outside piece. Then you have a flat washer. I'll flip this over so it's a little bit easier to work with. So you have a flat washer, then your nylon that on both sides. Oh, forget the flat washer. Okay, just to start this off, I guess you can slide these up and down on the log wherever you need them at. And then using your handy dandy little tool they sent you in the other package, you just tighten them down here. This I'm going to go ahead and just get secure and tight, since these are not going to be moving, they're just securing the dog to the cross member piece. Then I'll get this guy a little bit more tightened up. There's enough room. This dog has about 1/16 of an inch on both sides of this to mess around. I'm not going to crank this down to where it tightens it up. I'll read through it. If the instructions call for it to be cranked down more, I will, but I'm going to leave that loose so it's got plenty of movement in there. Now, since this one is moving this way, on the instructions here, each 5-foot piece has the dog facing inward. So on this one, I'm gonna flip around over here and I'm gonna flip this like so. And then I'm gonna make sure the dog is facing inward on this one as well. Basically, I'm just gonna mirror that one over there. All right. So now what it basically looks like, so it says to start both nuts in both sections. So you have a long and a short. And they coincide. So you have a long and a short and start it in both. Then you slide it in with the short side going. The long side goes in to the side with the holes. You slide the non-drill portion in, and you basically just screw this in to where the top side you tighten this back down once you get it in a little bit, and you're going to feel it when it hits the hole there. You slide it in. You tighten this down through that piece and into the top one here, And then you do the same thing when you slide that into the other piece. You just loosen this one up, slide it back down, and entire tight as well. And then that's it. You have your 2 dogs. And then I'm gonna go set this on a log over here and see what it looks like. So basically, you set this on here like so, it looks like. You drive your dogs in. I'm gonna run the flat tip of this chainsaw. Cool. Now we take this bad dude, set it on here, and away we go, huh? So that's everything we got. We got the guide, the mill, 2 chains, chain sharpener, and the Poland Pro 50 with a 20-inch bar. I'll get all the prices listed below for this stuff and links. This one, was the only one I do remember the price. It was $239 at Menards. I was kind of excited to see this one. It's a couple $100 cheaper than the 50cc steel equivalent. I know Poland's a name that's been around for a long time. I hope it'll hold up. I hope that because it was cheaper doesn't mean I'm gonna get through 1 or 2 logs and have it blow up on or burn up on me. But that's gonna be it. So I'm super excited about this new project I got coming up, the next one. I can't wait to tell you guys about it, but I've got to get some lumber cut up with this. So hopefully the next couple days we'll get some lumber going and get this project started. You guys stick around, like and subscribe. We're gonna keep pushing the projects out to you guys. That's what this channel is all about. I'm probably never gonna master this stuff, but I do like to start these new projects, learn as much as I can, buy books. There's a wealth of knowledge on YouTube. Watch some YouTube channels. That's what I'm gonna do tonight with this, is start learning how to mill and just see what we can turn out for you guys. So like and subscribe, and we'll get some more coming out to you guys. Thanks.